For those of you who disagree with Tucker Carlson and have a hard time putting it into words, there's an interview that was on the Joe Rogan show, and this part really stood out to me. And it's basically what America is or really should be about.
And so when you have someone like Congressman Steve King saying, we can't replace our civilization with someone else's babies, like, what does that mean? What is that idea? It is so deeply anti-American, because the idea of America, right, is the idea that Americanness is not about bloodline. Americanness is about a shared set of values and ideas and fealty to those ideas. So the idea that someone else's, what does that mean? You know?
Well, it doesn't make any sense because this entire country is based on immigrants.
Of course.
And I guess that's just where I do not understand the concern. Whether this, city used to be 2% white or 2%, Hispanic, and now it's majority Hispanic, or whether it used to be, 20% black and now it's majority black, or whether it used to be majority white or now it's, I don't care about bloodlines. We have done this consistently throughout American history, consistently. Anytime we see a massive migration, a massive migration from any particular region of the world, there's a certain segment of the American population that loses its shit. We've had entire political parties, like the Know Nothing Party, form around this kind of stuff. We've seen it when Irish Americans came over here during the potato famine, right around the turn of the Civil War. They were called all kinds of racist names. They were equated to African Americans with the same types of slurs. There were signs posted everywhere, or not everywhere, but there were signs posted in the northern part of the United States saying Irish need not apply, right? They were discriminated against heavily because they were a population we weren't used to seeing over here. We saw this when Italian Americans started coming to the United States, and all the different slurs that were used to refer to Italian Americans, and they were all illegal criminals and all mafia members and everything else, right? We've seen this recently with Middle Eastern immigrants coming over here. We're going to ban all Muslims. It's not a Muslim ban, but that's what I ran on, right? We've seen this with Americans coming, or with people coming from South and Central America now. And ultimately, all of those previous groups have integrated into American society and made us stronger and better overall as a country. I mean, shit, I like pizza. I'm fine with St. Patrick's Day. I have no issues with anybody that, from any culture, that wants to come to our country and wants to share in those values, that sees America as a shining city on the hill and says, I want to be a part of that. That's where I want to raise my family. And a nation that believes in freedom and democracy and isn't going to judge me based on my race or my skin color, that all men are created equal. And where I'm living right now, maybe it's not so good. But if I could just get there, things would be better. And why? Why would I try to discourage that as somebody that lives in America now, as somebody that's proud of my country, as somebody that's served my country before? Why would I not want America to be a goal and an aspiration and a dream for somebody in another country, whether it's a war-torn country or a country that's going through a famine or a country that's being wrecked by, drug cartels or whatever the situation is? Why would I not want that person, that family, to dream of getting to America? Why would I want to close off my border and tell that person that, no, you can't be part of this dream because you're not from the right country, because you're not from the right region of the world, because we don't think your culture can integrate with ours? When we've had African Americans, when we've had Italian Americans, when we've had German Americans, when we've had British Americans, when we've had Italian Americans, Polish Americans, Russian Americans, Japanese Americans, Chinese Americans, Native Americans. And all of these countries, all of these different cultures have managed to integrate and contribute to our society. Why would I want to shut down that dream? I'm going to take a break, get some more coffee. Phone line's open if anybody wants to call in and have a discussion. It's going to be about a 5-minute break, folks. I got to use the restroom because the first cup of coffee is getting to me. And I need a minute after that. Past that, we'll engage with chat for a few minutes if nobody wants to call in on the phone. And then, of course, ! Donate. Because I do agree that the problem with that there's a massive influx of children down at the border right now. And while we cannot speed up the processing, we can help them once they are processed with temporary food, temporary shelter, helping find family members that are currently in the United States so that they can get out of these facilities. Because processing is part of the problem. The other part of the problem is once they're processed, they have to have somewhere to go. So temporary shelters, all of that is of huge benefit. It's all going to be going to rescue.org. And again, I will personally be matching donations up to a maximum amount of $250. So whatever you donate, I'm going to match that. To clarify, I cap out at $250. If somebody decides to donate $250 and somebody else decides to donate $1 more, I am capped at $250. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I think this is a very important issue, and I'm trying to do the one thing that I know that I can. We already know that FEMA's on the way and everything else to increase processing capabilities, but they need to have somewhere to go when they're done. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody. Thank you.